Good afternoon, everyone. I want to talk to you about something we all face, no matter who we are, where we come from, or what we've been through. Hard times. Because let's be real, life isn't always smooth sailing. Sometimes the winds are fierce, the waves are high, and it feels like you're being tossed around by forces beyond your control. I've been there. I know what it feels like to be knocked down by life. I know what it's like to face hardship, loss, rejection, and to have your dreams shaken to the core. And if you've ever found yourself in a moment where you wondered, how do I move forward from this? You're not alone. But here's what I've learned, and I want you to remember this: hard times don't define you. How you respond to them does. You see, every setback is really a setup for something greater. It's in the moments when life tests you that you discover what you're truly made of. I think back to moments in my own life where I felt stuck, like when I was trying to make my way in television and the doors kept slamming in my face. People said I wasn't good enough, said I wasn't what they were looking for. But I had two choices. I could listen to those voices and let them drown out my own, or I could trust in myself, trust in the God that created me, and keep moving. And you know what? I chose to rise. Now, I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. I'm not telling you that it won't hurt sometimes. But what I am telling you is that you are stronger than you know, and your strength is found in the struggle. Every difficult moment is teaching you something valuable. It's molding you, shaping you, refining you for the next chapter. So when things get hard, and they will remember this, you have everything you need inside of you to keep going. You have purpose. You have potential. You have the power to turn your pain into progress. I hope that resonates. It's in Oprah's signature uplifting style, emphasizing resilience, inner strength, and hope in difficult times. Hard times are a part of every person's journey. Regardless of background, wealth, success, or fame, no one is exempt from challenges. Life has a way of testing us, throwing obstacles in our path that we may never see coming. Sometimes these obstacles come in the form of personal struggles, loss, rejection, failure, or heartbreak. Other times, they may be external forces that we feel powerless to control: a financial crisis, the sudden loss of a loved one, a health scare, or societal challenges like discrimination and injustice. But no matter what form these hard times take, they touch every life in some way. It's important to recognize that difficulties are not a sign of failure or weakness. They don't mean that we've done something wrong or that we're not good enough. Instead, they are a natural part of life's ebb and flow. No one walks through life without encountering obstacles. Even the most successful and admired individuals, those who seem to have everything figured out, have faced their own set of challenges. Think of people like Oprah Winfrey, who endured poverty, abuse, and rejection before rising to become one of the most influential figures in the world. Or Steve Jobs, who was famously fired from the company he co-founded, only to return later and lead it to even greater heights. Their stories remind us that hard times do not discriminate, but they can be overcome. The universality of hardship also teaches us that we are never truly alone in our struggles. While it may feel isolating, there are countless others walking similar paths, facing their own battles. This shared experience of adversity creates a deep connection between people, fostering empathy and understanding. It allows us to support each other, share wisdom, and encourage one another through difficult times. Sometimes, just knowing that others have gone through similar experiences and come out stronger on the other side can be a powerful source of hope. Moreover, hard times have a way of revealing our true character. It is easy to be positive, kind, and resilient when life is going well. But when we face hardship, our inner strength is tested, and we often discover qualities within ourselves that we didn't know existed. Whether it's patience, determination, or a deeper capacity for compassion, these qualities emerge most clearly in times of struggle. The challenges we face force us to confront our limitations, stretch our abilities, and find new ways to move forward. In this way, hard times, while painful and unwelcome, are also transformative. They push us to grow, to adapt, and to learn. They remind us that we are more capable than we often realize, and that struggle is an inevitable part of the journey toward becoming our best selves. While it may not feel comforting in the moment, remembering that hardship is a universal experience can help us find the strength to persevere, knowing that we are not alone in our struggles and that ultimately we have the ability to rise above them. When we face difficult situations in life, it's tempting to believe that those moments define us. We might feel overwhelmed by failure, rejection, or setbacks, allowing those events to shape our sense of identity. It's easy to internalize struggle, convincing ourselves that our worth is tied to the challenges we face or the mistakes we've made. However, it's crucial to recognize that it's not the hardships themselves that determine who we are. It's how we choose to respond to them that ultimately defines us. Life is filled with moments of adversity, moments where the path forward seems unclear or where the weight of our circumstances feels too heavy to bear. In those moments, we have a choice. We can allow the setbacks to consume us, or we can view them as opportunities for growth, for learning, and for becoming a stronger version of ourselves. This distinction is key because while we can't always control what happens to us, we have full control over how we react to it. Our responses to difficult situations are shaped by our mindset and the decisions we make in the face of adversity. When we encounter a setback, we can choose to see it as a permanent failure or as a temporary challenge. That choice matters because it shapes the narrative we create about ourselves. If we allow failure to define us, we might begin to believe that we are incapable of achieving our goals or that we're somehow unworthy of success. But if we view the setback as a learning experience, something to be analyzed and understood, it becomes an opportunity for growth. It becomes part of the journey rather than the end of the road. Take, for example, the many stories of people who have faced monumental challenges yet used them as springboards for success. Consider Thomas Edison, who famously failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, Edison didn't see them as defeats. Instead, he remarked, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's response to his setbacks is a powerful reminder that it is our attitude in the face of difficulty that shapes our future. He refused to let failure define him, choosing instead to focus on what each failure taught him and how it could guide him toward success. Similarly, athletes, entrepreneurs, and artists face rejection and failure regularly. But the difference between those who give up and those who succeed lies in their ability to see beyond the present moment of hardship. They understand that while setbacks are inevitable, they are not final. These individuals demonstrate the resilience needed to keep going, to learn from their mistakes, and to improve along the way. They are defined not by their failures, but by their persistence and ability to overcome obstacles. The same is true in our everyday lives. Whether we are dealing with a personal loss, a professional disappointment, or a relationship challenge, we are constantly writing our own stories through the choices we make. Hardships don't have to be the defining chapters of our lives. Instead, they can serve as turning points that lead us to something greater. By choosing how we respond, we retain control over our narrative. We can either see ourselves as victims of circumstance or as people who are capable of rising above whatever life throws our way. This doesn't mean that we should ignore the pain or difficulty of hard times. It's important to acknowledge our emotions and the reality of what we're going through. But we should also remind ourselves that these moments are not the final word. They are part of a larger story, one in which we are the authors. We get to decide how we react, how we grow, and how we move forward. In the end, it's our resilience, our determination, and our ability to adapt that truly define us, not the hardships themselves. By choosing to respond with strength and hope, we take ownership of our lives and our futures. And in doing so, we define ourselves not by our struggles, but by our capacity to overcome them. Setbacks, while often painful and disheartening, can ultimately be the very things that propel us toward greater success or personal growth. They may feel like roadblocks in the moment, but when we look deeper, setbacks often serve as setups for something better or more meaningful in the long run. This idea shifts the way we view failure, disappointment, or adversity. Instead of seeing these experiences as dead ends, we can begin to understand them as part of a larger process that's leading us toward new opportunities or personal transformation. One of the most important aspects of this perspective is recognizing that setbacks force us to pause and reassess. When things don't go according to plan, we're pushed to step back and reflect on what went wrong or what can be done differently. This reflection can reveal blind spots, weaknesses, or areas in need of improvement that we may have overlooked if everything had gone smoothly. Often, when we encounter difficulties, they serve as a mirror, showing us where we can grow, whether it's developing new skills, changing our approach, or even reevaluating our goals. This pause for reflection is a critical part of progress. If we never face challenges, we might continue down a path that isn't fully aligned with our true potential. Setbacks can act as course corrections, guiding us toward better opportunities or more meaningful pursuits. For example, someone who loses a job may initially feel devastated, but that loss could open the door to a career path they hadn't previously considered, one that's more fulfilling or better suited to their skills and passions. Without the setback of losing their job, they might never have explored new possibilities. The very thing that seemed like a disaster at the time turns out to be the catalyst for a positive change. Moreover, setbacks build resilience. When we face and overcome obstacles, we develop the mental and emotional strength needed to handle future challenges. Each time we bounce back from a disappointment, we become more resilient, more capable of facing adversity. This resilience is crucial for long-term success because life will inevitably present new challenges. Those who are able to see setbacks as part of a larger process of growth are better equipped to handle these challenges and keep moving forward rather than giving up in the face of adversity. I think about some of the most successful people in history, many of whom faced tremendous setbacks before achieving their goals. Abraham Lincoln, for example, faced multiple political defeats before finally becoming one of the most revered presidents in U.S. history. Each loss, each moment of failure taught him something valuable about perseverance, leadership, and determination. Those setbacks were not the end of his story. They were part of the process that ultimately set him up for his greatest achievements. Similarly, in business, setbacks often lead to innovation and breakthroughs. Companies that experience failures in product launches or business strategies often find that those failures force them to rethink their approach. This can lead to more creative solutions, better products, and ultimately greater success. In the world of science and technology, many groundbreaking discoveries have come on the heels of what were initially seen as failures. A scientist who experiments and fails repeatedly is learning valuable information through each failed attempt. In many cases, it is through these so-called failures that the path to success becomes clearer. In our personal lives, setbacks can also play this pivotal role. Relationships that don't work out, for instance, may feel like painful failures at the time, but they can teach us important lessons about ourselves, about what we need in a partnership, and about what we're willing to accept. These experiences set us up for healthier, more fulfilling relationships in the future because we're entering them with greater self-awareness and clarity. The key to transforming setbacks into setups for success is maintaining the right mindset. When we encounter a setback, it's natural to feel discouraged, but if we can step back and view the situation as part of a larger journey, we can begin to see the potential it holds. Every setback carries with it an opportunity for growth, for learning, and for realignment. It challenges us to dig deeper, to reassess, and to come back stronger. Ultimately, what feels like a defeat in the moment can be the very thing that sets us up for our greatest victories or personal breakthroughs. In the face of adversity, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, defeated, and disheartened. Hard times have a way of making us question our own abilities and strength. Yet, paradoxically, it is precisely within these moments of struggle that we often discover our deepest reserves of resilience and inner strength. Strength is not something we are born with in infinite supply, rather. It is something that is cultivated, developed, and revealed through the challenges we face. When life is going well, we may glide through days with little friction, never truly needing to test the limits of our patience, determination, or creativity. However, when we encounter difficulties, whether they be personal, professional, emotional, or financial, our character is tested in ways that comfort and ease do not demand of us. Hard times strip away the superficial layers of who we think we are and expose the core of our being. It is in these moments that we learn what we are truly capable of. For many, hard times force a reckoning with the question, can I handle this? At first, the answer may seem unclear. When difficulties arise, the natural human response is often fear, doubt, or even avoidance. We may be tempted to shy away from the challenge or retreat into self-pity. But it is precisely in the act of facing these challenges head-on that we begin to discover the depths of our strength. Consider the process of physical training. When an athlete pushes their body to the limit, lifting heavier weights, running longer distances, enduring more grueling workouts, they are not simply maintaining their current level of strength. They are building new strength, increasing their stamina and ability to perform. The process of becoming stronger requires resistance, struggle, and discomfort. Without these, growth does not occur. The same is true in life. The struggles we face provide the resistance that allows us to develop mental, emotional, and spiritual strength. When we are forced to navigate through hardship, we often discover strengths we didn't know we had. We find patience when we are required to wait through uncertainty, endurance when we are asked to carry a burden longer than we expected, and courage when we must face situations that scare us. These qualities might have been dormant within us, lying beneath the surface, unnoticed until circumstances demanded their presence. Moreover, struggle refines us just as fire is used to purify gold, burning away impurities and leaving behind something stronger and more valuable. Adversity burns away superficiality, ego, and false pretenses. It brings us face to face with our truest selves. Through hardship, we learn what truly matters to us, what we are willing to fight for, and what we are capable of enduring. The very act of continuing to move forward, even when everything feels difficult, strengthens our resolve and builds character. There are countless stories of individuals who have faced unimaginable hardships and come through them stronger. Whether it's the single parent raising children alone while juggling multiple jobs, the entrepreneur who faces bankruptcy but finds the courage to start over, or the cancer survivor who endures rounds of treatment with unwavering hope. These people are examples of how strength is born out of struggle. They didn't know how strong they were until they had no choice but to find out. Their strength wasn't handed to them, it was earned through the trials they faced and overcame. It's important to recognize that strength doesn't always mean stoicism or suppressing emotions. Sometimes strength is in asking for help, admitting vulnerability, or simply getting out of bed in the morning when everything inside you says to give up. True strength is multifaceted. It's not just about enduring, it's about growing, learning, and finding purpose in the struggle. In the end, struggle transforms us. It makes us more resilient, more empathetic, and more aware of our own capacities. The next time we face hardship, we approach it with a greater sense of confidence, knowing that we've been tested before and emerged stronger. Every difficult moment is an opportunity to tap into and build upon the strength that resides within us. And with each trial, we become not just stronger for ourselves, but stronger for those around us, showing others what is possible when we face struggle with courage and resolve. In life, when we encounter adversity, we often find ourselves at a crossroads. In those moments, we are faced with two distinct choices. We can either listen to the voices of doubt and defeat, or we can trust in our own strength and push forward. This choice, how we react when life knocks us down, is crucial in determining the course of our journey. The first option, which is often the easiest, is to succumb to self-doubt. When things don't go as planned, it's natural to feel disappointed, frustrated, or even helpless. It's easy to give in to the voices that tell us we're not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable enough to overcome the challenges we face. These voices can come from many places, from past experiences where we may have failed, from negative comments or criticism we've internalized over time, or even from societal pressures that make us question our worth. At times, these voices of doubt can be so overpowering that they drown out our inner belief in ourselves. We may start to believe that our challenges are insurmountable or that we are simply not equipped to handle them. In this mindset, it becomes tempting to retreat, to give up, or to settle for less than we deserve. The fear of failure or the pain of past setbacks can make us hesitant to take risks or pursue our dreams. But in choosing this path, we allow doubt to define our potential and we limit what we can achieve. On the other hand, we have a second choice: to trust in ourselves and move forward despite the difficulties. This option is undoubtedly more challenging, but it is also the one that leads to growth, progress, and eventual success. Trusting ourselves doesn't mean we are free from doubt or fear, but it means we choose to believe in our abilities and worth in spite of those doubts. It means having faith that we can figure things out, that we can adapt, learn, and overcome whatever obstacles are in our way. Choosing to trust in ourselves requires a mindset shift. Instead of focusing on the possibility of failure, we shift our attention to the lessons we can learn and the strength we can gain from the experience. This shift allows us to reframe setbacks not as the end of the road, but as part of the process towards something better. It's the difference between seeing a closed door as a permanent barrier or as a detour leading to a new and perhaps even better path. One way to cultivate this trust in ourselves is by reflecting on past experiences where we have overcome difficulties. Each one of us has faced challenges before, whether big or small, and yet we made it through. Sometimes the simple act of remembering how we handled a tough situation in the past can remind us that we are capable of handling whatever comes next. Even when the present challenge feels overwhelming, remembering our past victories can reignite our confidence and courage. Additionally, trusting in ourselves doesn't mean we have to go it alone. Part of believing in our ability to overcome adversity is knowing when to seek support, guidance, or advice from others. Surrounding ourselves with people who uplift and encourage us can make a significant difference in how we face tough times. Their belief in us can serve as a powerful reminder of our own worth and potential, helping to drown out the voices of doubt. Another crucial aspect of trusting in ourselves is taking action. When we face a difficult situation, we may feel paralyzed by indecision or fear. But taking even the smallest step forward can break the cycle of self-doubt and start building momentum. Action breeds confidence. As we begin to make progress, however incremental, we start to see that we are capable of moving forward, and this reinforces our trust in ourselves. In the end, the choice is always ours. We can listen to the voices that tell us we can't, or we can choose to trust that we can. Trusting in ourselves means betting on our own resilience and ability to grow. It means believing that we are strong enough to face whatever comes our way, and that even when things get tough, we have the capacity to rise, adapt, and continue forward. Believing in yourself is a cornerstone of overcoming adversity. When life presents challenges, setbacks, or obstacles, the most powerful tool you have is your self-belief. It is the quiet, steady assurance that no matter what difficulties come your way, you have the potential, the strength, and the capability to overcome them. This belief is not about arrogance or thinking that you're perfect, but rather a deep, intrinsic understanding that you have value and that you are equipped with the tools to face whatever life throws at you. Self-belief is particularly critical during hard times because it serves as a foundation when everything else feels uncertain. When we encounter struggles, it's easy for doubt to creep in. We may question whether we're good enough, smart enough, or strong enough to handle the situation. These doubts can be paralyzing, preventing us from taking action or moving forward. But if we have a strong sense of self-belief, we can counter those doubts with confidence in our own abilities. We don't have to know exactly how we'll overcome the challenge, but we trust that we will figure it out along the way. One of the most important aspects of self-belief is understanding that your worth is not determined by external circumstances. Many times, people tie their self-worth to external validation, such as success at work, approval from others, or tangible accomplishments. But when those external factors disappear or falter, as they inevitably do during hard times, it can feel like a personal failure. However, true self-belief comes from knowing that your value is inherent. It doesn't fluctuate with success or failure. You are worthy simply because you are, and no external event can change that. This belief in your own worth is essential when facing challenges. When setbacks occur, if you believe that your value as a person is intact, you are far more likely to get back up, dust yourself off, and try again. You'll approach problems not as reflections of your personal inadequacies, but as puzzles to solve or opportunities to grow. This mindset shift is crucial. It allows you to face difficulties with a sense of empowerment, rather than feeling defeated or diminished by them. Another critical aspect of self-belief is trusting your instincts. During tough times, there will be moments when you're unsure of the right course of action. You may feel pressured by outside opinions or conventional wisdom, which can sometimes cloud your judgment or lead you away from what you know in your gut to be right. Believing in yourself means listening to that inner voice, trusting your judgment, and being confident in your decision-making. You may not always get it right, but trusting yourself allows you to take ownership of your choices and learn from them, rather than second-guessing yourself at every turn. Additionally, self-belief fosters resilience. When you trust in your ability to overcome adversity, you're more willing to take risks and face challenges head-on. You understand that setbacks are part of the journey, but they don't define the journey. You'll be more likely to persevere when things get tough because you believe in your ability to adapt, learn, and find a way forward. This resilience, fueled by self-belief, is what enables people to bounce back from failures and keep moving toward their goals, no matter how many times they fall. Self-belief also acts as a buffer against the negativity and doubt of others. There will always be people who doubt your abilities or criticize your decisions. These voices can be particularly loud during difficult times, as others may project their fears or insecurities onto you. But when you have a strong sense of self-belief, you're less affected by these external doubts. You know your own worth and your own potential, and that knowledge protects you from being swayed by the opinions of others. Ultimately, self-belief is a powerful force that propels you through hard times. It gives you the courage to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead is uncertain. It allows you to face adversity with a sense of inner strength, knowing that you have the capacity to overcome whatever challenges you encounter. This belief in yourself doesn't make the challenges go away, but it does give you the confidence and determination to keep going, no matter what. And that belief, your unshakable faith in your own potential, is what makes all the difference in navigating life's toughest moments. Failure is often viewed as something negative, something to be avoided at all costs. It is commonly associated with feelings of disappointment, inadequacy, or even shame. However, failure, when reframed, can be one of the most powerful teachers in our lives. Rather than being the end of the road, failure can offer valuable lessons that shape our growth, help us refine our skills, and bring clarity to our goals. When we begin to view failure as an integral part of success, we open ourselves up to learning in ways that wouldn't have been possible without those setbacks. Failure forces us to reflect on our actions, choices, and strategies. When we fail, it prompts us to ask what went wrong. This self-examination is essential for growth. Failure encourages us to take a deeper look at our efforts, allowing us to understand what didn't work and why. Without failure, we might never take the time to assess these areas, and we would miss out on the opportunity to improve. This reflection helps to build self-awareness, a critical skill in both personal and professional growth. We begin to understand our strengths and weaknesses, our tendencies, and where we need to make adjustments. Moreover, failure teaches us humility. It reminds us that we are human and that perfection is not only unattainable but also unnecessary. When we fail, we are reminded of the importance of resilience, perseverance, and the understanding that success often comes after multiple attempts. Many of the world's most successful people have a history of failure behind them. The key difference between those who ultimately succeed and those who give up is how they respond to failure. People like Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, and J.K. Rowling all faced significant setbacks before achieving greatness. They used their failures as fuel, learning from each one and coming back stronger, more determined, and better equipped for future success. Failure also pushes us out of our comfort zones. When everything is going smoothly, we tend to stick with what we know. We rely on familiar methods and shy away from risks. However, when we fail, we are forced to try something new. We may have to rethink our approach, take a different path, or try a completely new strategy. This discomfort is where real growth happens. It's in the moments when we are pushed to try something different that we discover new skills, new ways of thinking, and new approaches that can lead us to greater success. In addition, failure can provide us with perspective. When things don't go as planned, it often gives us the chance to see the bigger picture. Sometimes what we think we want or need changes when we experience failure. We begin to reassess our goals and priorities, realizing that perhaps the path we were on wasn't the right one after all. Failure can be a gift in disguise, helping us to realign with our true purpose or passion. It can steer us in a direction that we might not have considered if everything had gone perfectly. It's also important to remember that failure builds resilience. Each time we fail and choose to get back up, we strengthen our ability to endure hardship. We become more capable of handling future challenges because we've been through difficult times before. This resilience is key to long-term success. Those who are afraid of failure may avoid taking risks, but in doing so, they miss out on opportunities for growth. On the other hand, those who embrace failure as part of the process are willing to take bold steps, knowing that even if they fall, they will rise again, stronger and wiser than before. Furthermore, failure can build empathy. When we fail, we develop a deeper understanding of struggle, disappointment, and vulnerability. This empathy not only helps us relate to others who are going through their own challenges, but it also helps us become better leaders, partners, and friends. We become more compassionate, more patient, and more supportive because we know firsthand how difficult the journey to success can be. In the end, failure is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. It's an inevitable part of any meaningful journey, and the lessons it provides are invaluable. By shifting our perspective on failure, we begin to see it not as a stopping point, but as a stepping stone, a necessary and even beneficial part of the path to success. Through failure, we learn, grow, and ultimately become better equipped to achieve our goals and aspirations. When we encounter adversity, it's natural to feel like we're on a solitary journey. Hard times can make us feel isolated, as if the weight of the world is resting solely on our shoulders. But one of the most profound realizations we can have is that we do not have to face our struggles alone. Building a support system, people who lift you up, provide guidance, and offer emotional or practical assistance can make all the difference when facing life's challenges. A support system is a network of people who care about you and want to see you succeed. This can include family, friends, mentors, colleagues, or even professional support, such as counselors or coaches. These people provide not only physical support, like helping you with tasks, but also emotional support, like being there to listen when you need to talk or offering words of encouragement when you feel like giving up. Knowing that someone is in your corner can reduce the feelings of loneliness that often accompany difficult times and give you the strength to keep moving forward. One of the most important aspects of having a support system is the perspective they provide. When we're in the thick of a struggle, it's easy to become overwhelmed by our emotions or tunnel vision. Stress, fear, or frustration can cloud our judgment, making it hard to see the bigger picture or consider alternative solutions. A support system brings in outside perspectives, often helping us see things we wouldn't have considered on our own. They can offer fresh ideas, provide clarity, or help us reframe the situation in a way that makes it seem more manageable. Sometimes, just having someone remind you of your past successes or strengths can be enough to reignite your confidence. Another key benefit of a support system is accountability. When we face challenges, especially those that require long-term perseverance, it's easy to become discouraged or lose motivation. Having people in your life who are aware of your goals and challenges can help keep you on track. They can offer gentle nudges when you're veering off course or remind you why you started in the first place. This type of accountability is especially valuable during times when it feels easier to give up than to keep going. A strong support system also helps to relieve stress. When we're going through hard times, carrying the entire burden ourselves can be exhausting. Reaching out for help, whether that's asking a friend to assist with a task or simply having someone listen while you vent, can alleviate some of that weight. This doesn't mean you're weak or incapable. Rather, it shows strength in recognizing that we all need help at times. Sharing the load allows us to conserve our emotional and mental energy, making it easier to continue tackling challenges without becoming overwhelmed. Moreover, the simple act of talking about your problems with someone who cares can be incredibly therapeutic. Bottling up emotions or trying to handle everything on your own can lead to burnout, frustration, or even hopelessness. But when you share your struggles with others, you allow yourself to process those emotions. Sometimes just putting your feelings into words can bring a sense of relief and help you make sense of what's happening. Additionally, those listening can offer comfort, empathy, and reassurance, helping you feel supported and understood. Support systems are also valuable for providing encouragement. When we face challenges, it's easy to doubt ourselves or lose sight of the progress we've made. Supportive people remind us of our strengths, our past achievements, and our ability to overcome adversity. They can offer motivational words when we need them most, lifting us up when we feel low. Often, the belief that someone else has in us can reignite the belief we have in ourselves. Another often overlooked aspect of building a support system is the opportunity it provides for reciprocity. While it's essential to lean on others during hard times, being part of someone else's support system can also be incredibly rewarding. Helping others through their struggles not only strengthens your relationships, but also reinforces your own resilience. The act of supporting others can remind you of your own inner strength and ability to overcome challenges, creating a cycle of mutual encouragement and growth. It's important to remember that asking for help or accepting support is not a sign of weakness, but a recognition of our shared humanity. Everyone faces difficulties at some point in life, and no one is expected to go through it alone. Building and leaning on a support system is a way of tapping into the collective strength of those around you, enabling you to face challenges with greater resilience and confidence. In hard times, the power of connection and community cannot be underestimated. A strong support system provides comfort, guidance, and a sense of belonging, reminding us that we are not alone on our journey. When we open ourselves up to the support of others, we empower ourselves to navigate adversity with strength, hope, and a renewed sense of purpose. Gratitude is often seen as a simple virtue, a polite acknowledgement of kindness or a fleeting feeling of appreciation. However, during hard times, cultivating gratitude can become a transformative practice that changes how we perceive and respond to challenges. It may seem counterintuitive to focus on gratitude when we are faced with difficulties, but embracing this mindset can significantly enhance our resilience and overall well-being. When life becomes overwhelming, our instinct can be to dwell on the negatives. We may become consumed by what we lack, what's going wrong, or the pain of our current situation. This focus on scarcity and negativity can create a feedback loop that intensifies our feelings of stress and despair. However, by consciously shifting our focus to what we are grateful for, we can interrupt this cycle and cultivate a more positive mindset. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring or downplaying our struggles. Instead, it's about acknowledging that while we may be experiencing hardship, there are still aspects of our lives that are worth appreciating. This could be as simple as recognizing the support of a friend, the beauty of nature, or the small victories we achieve each day. When we make a habit of identifying these moments, we begin to shift our perspective from one of lack to one of abundance. We learn to recognize the good even in the midst of difficulty. Research has shown that gratitude has numerous psychological benefits. Studies indicate that individuals who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of depression and anxiety. By focusing on positive aspects of life, they cultivate a sense of optimism and improve their emotional resilience. This emotional boost can be particularly beneficial during challenging times where negativity can easily take hold. When we focus on what we appreciate, we create a counterbalance to the weight of our struggles, allowing us to approach difficulties with a more hopeful outlook. Additionally, gratitude helps to build resilience. When we consciously practice gratitude, we develop a mindset that recognizes challenges as opportunities for growth. This perspective encourages us to see setbacks not as failures but as stepping stones to success. For instance, if we lose a job, instead of solely fixating on the loss, we can also appreciate the skills we've gained, the lessons learned, or the chance to explore new opportunities. This mindset fosters a sense of agency, enabling us to navigate adversity with greater confidence and determination. Moreover, gratitude enhances our relationships with others. When we express appreciation for the people in our lives, whether it's a friend who lent a listening ear or a family member who offered support, we deepen our connections and build stronger bonds. During tough times, feeling supported by others can be a powerful source of strength. Sharing our gratitude with those around us not only uplifts them, but also reinforces our sense of community and belonging. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles and that there are people who care about us. Practicing gratitude can take many forms, from keeping a gratitude journal to simply taking a few moments each day to reflect on what we appreciate. Writing down our thoughts can be especially powerful, as it creates a tangible record of the positives in our lives. This practice can be particularly helpful during difficult periods. When we revisit our notes, we are reminded of the good that exists, even amidst chaos. Additionally, gratitude can serve as a tool for mindfulness. By focusing on the present moment and identifying what we are grateful for right now, we ground ourselves in the present, alleviating worries about the past or future. This practice promotes a sense of peace and clarity, allowing us to engage with life more fully. Mindfulness and gratitude often go hand in hand, as both practices encourage us to pay attention to the richness of our experiences. It's important to note that cultivating gratitude is not a one-time effort, but rather a continuous practice. It requires intention and effort, especially during tough times when it may feel more challenging to find things to appreciate. However, like any skill, the more we practice gratitude, the easier it becomes to see the positives in our lives. Over time, it becomes a natural response, one that equips us to face adversity with a more resilient heart. In summary, embracing gratitude during hard times can profoundly shift our perspective. By focusing on what we appreciate, we create a buffer against negativity, enhance our resilience, and strengthen our connections with others. Gratitude empowers us to navigate life's challenges with grace and hope, reminding us that even in our darkest moments, there is always something to be thankful for. By making gratitude a priority, we can transform our experiences of adversity into opportunities for growth and deeper appreciation of life. Finding meaning in difficult times can be one of the most profound and transformative experiences in life. When we face adversity, it can often feel senseless and overwhelming. However, discovering purpose and meaning amid hardship can not only help us cope, but also lead to personal growth and resilience. The journey to finding meaning is deeply individual, and it involves examining our experiences, values, and beliefs to uncover insights that can shape our lives moving forward. One of the first steps in finding meaning during hard times is the process of reflection. Taking the time to sit with our feelings and experiences allows us to gain a deeper understanding of what we are going through. It is during these moments of introspection that we can begin to make sense of our challenges and explore how they fit into our broader life narrative. This process may involve asking ourselves difficult questions. What am I learning from this experience? How is it shaping who I am? What can I take away from this that can serve me in the future? By engaging in this self-reflective practice, we open ourselves up to new insights and perspectives that can reveal the underlying meaning in our struggles. Another essential aspect of finding meaning in adversity is recognizing the growth that can emerge from challenges. Often hardships can serve as catalysts for change, prompting us to reevaluate our priorities, values, and goals. For example, someone who faces a serious health issue may come to appreciate the importance of self-care, leading them to make lifestyle changes that positively impact their overall well-being. Similarly, a job loss may lead an individual to discover new passions or career paths they had not previously considered. These moments of transformation can reveal deeper truths about ourselves and what we truly value in life. Finding meaning in difficult experiences often involves connecting with others. Sharing our stories and struggles can create a sense of community and understanding that reinforces our resilience. When we open up to friends, family, or support groups, we may find that others have faced similar challenges, and through these connections, we can derive a sense of solidarity and support. Engaging in conversations about our experiences not only helps us process our feelings, but also allows us to gain new perspectives. Hearing how others have navigated their hardships can inspire us to find meaning in our own struggles, reminding us that we are not alone in our journey. Furthermore, helping others during tough times can be a powerful way to find meaning. Acts of service, whether through volunteering or simply offering support to a friend, can provide a sense of purpose that uplifts both the giver and the receiver. When we contribute to the well-being of others, we shift our focus away from our struggles and create a sense of connection and fulfillment. Helping others can also serve as a reminder of our strengths, reinforcing our ability to make a positive impact even amidst our challenges. Moreover, reframing our narrative can also facilitate the discovery of meaning. Instead of viewing our circumstances solely through a lens of pain or loss, we can choose to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This shift in perspective is a conscious effort to find the silver linings in our experiences. For instance, after a setback, we can ask ourselves how this experience has helped us develop new skills, cultivate resilience, or deepen our empathy. By actively reframing our narrative, we empower ourselves to see our struggles as integral parts of our journey, contributing to our overall growth and evolution. Another important aspect of finding meaning is aligning our actions with our core values. Adversity often prompts us to reassess what truly matters to us. By reflecting on our values, we can begin to make choices that align more closely with who we are and what we believe in. For example, someone who values family may prioritize spending more quality time with loved ones during difficult times. This alignment not only provides a sense of purpose, but also reinforces our resilience as we draw strength from living in accordance with our values. In the end, the journey of finding meaning in hard times is deeply personal and transformative. By reflecting on our experiences, connecting with others, helping those around us, and aligning our actions with our values, we can uncover profound insights that not only help us cope with adversity, but also lead to personal growth and a renewed sense of purpose. Embracing this journey allows us to emerge from difficult times, not just as survivors, but as individuals enriched by the lessons learned along the way. The key points we've explored remind us that our mindset is crucial when facing difficulties. Acknowledging the importance of failure as a stepping stone rather than a setback empowers us to take risks and embrace the lessons it brings. Building a robust support system offers the encouragement and perspective we need to navigate through tough times, while practicing gratitude allows us to cultivate a positive outlook, even in the darkest moments. Finding meaning amidst our struggles provides a profound sense of purpose that can guide us through adversity, enabling us to emerge stronger and more resilient. As we move forward, let us commit to embracing life's challenges with courage and determination. Let us view setbacks not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to grow, connect, and ultimately thrive. Each struggle is a chapter in our story, one that can enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. By sharing our experiences and supporting one another, we can foster a sense of community that strengthens our resolve and reminds us that we are never alone in our journey. So as we face our next challenge, let us carry with us the understanding that we possess the tools to navigate hardship. We have the power to rise above, to learn, and to flourish. Together, let's embrace the journey ahead, finding strength in our struggles and celebrating the resilience that resides within us all. Let's not shy away from challenges, let's face them head on, because the only way to transform is through. And as you rise, you will inspire others to rise with you. Don't give up on yourself. When things get hard, remind yourself this is not where my story ends. It's where my strength begins. Thank you. Thank you.